Hi, welcome to this game. It is Tennessee Tempo versus Midwest Hooligans.
And good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network. Had a nice little intro earlier on, but now we get into it proper here as Tennessee Tempo FC taking on Midwest Hooligans for the second time in as many weeks. Tempo sitting atop the table in the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference, but Midwest Hooligans are not far behind them. Hooligans on the season have 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. All have scored 13 goals. On the opposite side of the field, attacking left to right here in this first half. Tempo have won 6 games, lost none, and drawn 1 time. I was just made aware that we had a little malfunction with our speakers here at the stadium. But looking at the starting lineup for Tennessee Tempo in defense, you have Ali Marley on the near side wearing 25, through the middle Musa Gay. And on the left side of the back three is Mo Jagney. With the ball right now, Justin Ventura. On the opposite flank is Bala Torre. Through the middle, you have Mikhail Rozkov, known as Mike, Dominic Odoro, and Jermaine Muirhead. Up top, a mixture of Kellen Clegg and Nico Riveros. Tempo now will have a corner kick. I'm waiting to get my starting 11 here for Hooligans. I'll get that to you as soon as I can. Taking the corner for Tempo will be Nico Riveros. That's Rozkov now. Left-footed ball into the box, looking for Clegg. It's headed out. Here's Oduro shot through the uprights and away. Tempo are in a strong run of form. I'm trying to click through everything here. Last weekend took down Midwest Hooligans 3-0. Weekend before that took down Bowling Green by the same score, 3-0. Before that, a tough one against Chattanooga Kai Storms, 2-1 win. They're in Chattanooga. 6-0 win over Pumas. 4-1 win over Real Henderson, 1-1 draw against Morazan, and then opened the season with a 6-2 win over Tennessee United. On the flip side, it's been more of a mixture of results. Hooligans in their last game lost to the same Tempo team 3-0. Previous to that, drew with TUSC 1-1. Drew with Morazan before that 1-1. They also trounced Bowling Green FC, took down the Lions by a score of 8-0. Previous week before that had taken down Pumas Premier by a score of 2-1 and opened their season against Real Henderson with a 1-1 draw. Leading goal scorer for this Hooligans team, Ian Cowie. I've never figured out if that's Cowie or Cowie. Either way, I think that he is wearing the number 10 up top for this Hooligans team. I do know a few names in here as I've commentated against them at the collegiate level. I know in the back we'll have Bobby Davis joined alongside by Drake Dickens. Searching for more and more names. Hopefully I'm able to get some of those throughout the length of play. Other leading goal scorers for this Hooligans team, Leo Sanchez with a pair, Dan Luis Bomana with a pair, and Ahmed Abdullahi with a pair as well. And then one from several more players. Leading the line for Tempo, Seth Chijoki Otuwanyi has 6. Rodrigo Rivera Nico with 4 behind him. 3, a hat trick of goals from Stanley Grandpierre. 2 more from Dominic Oduro. 1 from a host of players as well. The one player I didn't mention in the starting 11, I should apologize for that, Kimo Gardner between the sticks. The Trinidad and Tobago between the sticks has been just about as good as Tempo could have hoped for. Have had a couple different goalkeepers the last couple of seasons, and he slotted in and played really well. Ballatore holding the line here on this near sideline, as that's Justin Ventura getting around one defender, fighting his way through a whole pack of Hooligans. Gardner will go back for it. Wait to see if that's a goal kick or what. Wearing the captain's armband for Tempo, Dominic Oduro. Playing that holding midfield role. You'll hear his name a lot. Gardner plays it short to Musa Gay. Now with Muhammad Jagni. Again with Gay. Looks long, looking for Ballatore. Brings it down, unable to keep his touch in play. Balla going to have to be careful not to do anything silly right there, holding the ball a little too long. See, that should be Bobby Davis wearing the number 6, if I recollect. We played this Hooligans team a fair amount. And I know Tori Bruder with Hooligans does a really good job with their socials, so I bet they have their starting 11 on social media, and sure enough they do. I'll drop them a like as well. I just have last names, so we can run with that all the same. Captain's armband indeed is Drake Dickens. Bobby Davis wearing number 6. I have Angel number 2, number 11 Gene, number 41 Kennedy, number 50 Hornback, number 60 Abner, number 81 Arufat, number 89 Abdullahi, number 98 Love, and number 99 Cowie. I don't know that Cowie's wearing the number 99. I'm fairly certain that's him up top. And it looks like he's wearing the number 10, though I could be wrong. Hooligans make the trip down from Evansville, Indiana, just after we had made the trip up. That ball is going to go all the way back to the Hooligans goalkeeper. I do believe that should be Love in between the sticks. Let's see. What a great job you do, Tori. You have all the players here tagged, so I can figure out some names through there. See Brad Hornback. He played for Southern Indiana. So there's another player from that Indiana area that has some experience in the UPSL, joined alongside George Abner. He played for Southern Indiana FC. He still has him in his bio. Zane Love, yeah, that definitely is Love between the sticks. Faced him a number of times before. Throw in from Davis. Trying to get these numbers under control as best as I can. That's George Abner looking for his winger. Both teams playing sort of a three-back. Takes a deflection. Clegg was there. Takes another deflection. Now Dickens with it. Dickens looks ahead with Angel. Cutting inside past Muirhead. A little bit of rotation in this Tempo team. Seth Otuani not starting as he has the last several games, as well as Raekwon Bryant up top. Raekwon starts today's game on the bench. Now that's Cowie, looks outside. Giving pressure is Ali Marley, one-on-one with Jean. Gardner taking his time. Cowie not pressing yet. Gay looks ahead to Roscoff. Skip pass. 1-2 between Muirhead and Jagney. A lot of pressure on that far side from Angel. Skips over to Marley. I just got a really good quote for our social media from Jermaine Muirhead about playing at this level and just trying to get better as he does coach in our academy. I asked him, what's it mean to be a player that is coaching and trying to get better at the same time? I'll pause just for a moment as that's an attack. A big switch ball unmarked on the far sideline. Is a Hooligan player, left foot across inside, takes a deflection over the head of one player, oncoming, ripping a shot was number 41 for the Hooligans, Mr. Kennedy. Don't know that I have Kennedy's name here. His first name. So Kennedy rips the shot from outside the box. I was saying about Jermaine, though, in a post on social media, Coach Jermaine saying the way you practice is the way you'll perform when the game is on. Train hard, play harder. Every choice is a risk versus a reward, and in the end, you only get out what you're willing to put in. Muirhead continued saying, don't lie to yourself, don't cheat the process. Give 100%, trust the work, and let the results speak for themselves. And tonight, I'm sure that he'll be looking to let the results speak for themselves as Tempo look to make it 2 in a row against this Hooligans team. Hooligans were pressing near the top of the table early on in this season alongside TUSC, but both teams unable to unseat Tempo from their throne they currently sit upon. Tempo, since they've been in the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference, have won it a number of times, but there have been season-by-season challengers. Hooligans, the latest in the crop to really try and push the needle. Cowie brings it down, flicks it forward, has Jean. Jean 2-on-1 against Marley and Balatore. Still with it, lays it off for Cowie. Ball into the box, cleared by Oduro. Clegg's in the area. Clegg takes a hard foul from Drake Dickens. Ball was in the air, ended up just getting pushed in the back. Neither one really coming off the ground for that. Chest touch from Clegg. Now he goes back to his forward position. It's a Tempo front line and really midfield as well that can be quite fluid. Muirhead dropping in deep. Close to Jagney. Roscoff, one-touch pass right back. It's a short bench for Tempo tonight. Only 5 players down there. Have to see if that plays a factor at all in this game. 6 on the opposing bench. Pressing is Muirhead. Now Dickens outside to Angel. No, that isn't Angel. Angel's in the middle of the field. I ask that you bear with me as we try and figure this out. Love now to Davis. Davis looking ahead. Left-footed ball through the middle of the field. Ventura recovers it. Jagney tries to play a one-touch pass back forward, unable to connect with his target. Looking for the throw-in now is George Abner on the far sideline. Midwest Hooligans attacking from right to left in this first half, wearing a full navy blue kit with kind of green navy numbers, a little bit of a gradient type pattern. Ball in the middle with Kennedy now. Drops to Davis. Davis quick pass outside to Jean. Jean takes his space, cuts through the middle now. Good tackle won by Jermaine Muirhead. Flick to Balatore. Combination between the two of them. Now Muirhead trying to take his space. Gets past Jean initially. Clegg's in the middle. Pass is deflected by Angel. Recovered by Abner, who's looking to retreat. Giving chase is Riveros. Davis again. In the middle with Kennedy. Pass takes a deflection and is recovered by Marley. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here. That's a little joke right there. It's 71 degrees in Murfreesboro. It was a high 77 today. Everyone's telling me crazy because I was wearing a sweatshirt, trying to get acclimated to this weather. It's like Justin Ventura is trying to get acclimated to playing on that left side. Oftentimes, it's going to be Ventura on this near sideline when we're attacking the way we are right now, cutting in onto his left or sending crosses in. Now a couple of times he's been hugging that touchline just a little too much. I'm talking about a little too much on that pass from Love, unable to be kept in play by Davis, and it'll be a tempo throw. Ballatore stepping forward. Looks like he'll take the throw. Marley comes in for support. Clegg is the closest player to the ball. He'll play it in quick to Clegg. Lazy touch from Clegg, taken off of him, but one right back by Tempo. Tempo have to be careful, have everybody inside the attacking half of the field. Of course, no offsides when every outfield player is in the opposite half. Torre again, defended by Jean. Hard foul from Kennedy right there. Stops play. Clegg thought about taking it quickly, but it's going to have to be pulled back either way. While Torre scrapes himself up off the field. Looks as though Kyle Roskov will start things off. I've seen Mike use his left and right foot quite a lot. Looks like this is going to be a right-footed ball. To be honest, this is the first set piece I think I've seen Roskov take. Steps forward, delivers the ball inside, headed out initially by a Hooligan. Tracking it down is Ali Marley. Justin Ventura now defended by a pair of Hooligans. Sends the cross in, nutmegs a defender, but doesn't go anywhere in the process. Now Dickens gets past Ventura, drops it back, played ahead, but played out of bounds. I think that's Hornback on that far sideline. Well, thank all you fans who are tuned in, listening on the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network, whether you're a Hooligan fan or a Tempo fan. We appreciate everyone all the same. Trying to grow our following. I try to give everyone a neutral broadcast, or at least relatively neutral. Got to admit, I get excited for Tempo probably a little bit more than if Hooligans were to score a goal. But with that said, try and play or see the game, call the game as it's played. Ballatore now charging with Jean recovering. Torrey cuts inside, shot. Shot from Muirhead goes wide. We got someone falling all down the stands down here. That's Sam and Josh. Technical director Gibson Dom's kids out here having a grand old time in these stands. Right across the way, we have some baseball action here in the same complex with the Seagull Stars taking on somebody over there. That may not even be Seagull from what I can see. Is that Riverdale? I see the R. And Blackman. We'll wait to restart with Love. Love sends that one sky high. Musa Gay's there to head it forward. Now Angel. Jagney in the area, pressed by Hornback. He's going to retreat all the way back to Chemo Gardner. Gardner not had much work to do in this game so far. Good ball forward. Has Ventura in space. Being closed down. Ventura cuts back onto his right. Has option through the middle with Clegg. Clegg trying to get past a defender. Dickens is in the area. Clegg adamant that the last touch was off a Hooligan, but nothing doing. And go long. Jean keeps it in play. Now Roskov with it. Back to Oduro. Mo Jagney takes a touch into space with Riveros. Haven't said Nico's name in a minute now. Getting himself involved in play, dropping in deep. I said this front line can be relatively fluid. One-touch pass from Muirhead misplaced. And wait for the throw in. Hornbacks in the area. Need to get my binoculars out that I don't have. Be ideal for when the ball is on the far side. It'll be Dickens stepping forward for that throw. Have to think that the captain has a long throw for them to bring him out of the middle of the defense. Davis at the back alongside Abner now. Defending Clegg. Love pretty high up. Dickens looks long. Good long throw. Player down in the box. Collision with Ian Cowie. It's going to go out of play either way. Now Chemo Gardner with it again. And amazing, I've got some help here from Kendra. I just checked my phone, Kendra. Really appreciate you sending a list over of names. What amazing work you all do. And I am beyond grateful to receive this. Now I can run you through some numbers here in this starting lineup along with first names. I had the last names, but not the first names as well. So Xavier Angel, Drake Dickens, Zach Kennedy, Bobby Davis, number 10, Santiago Arafat, number 11, Stevie Jean, number 50, Brad Hornback, number 60, George Abner, number 89, Ahmed Abdullahi, number 98, Zane Love in between the sticks, and up top it is indeed number 99, Ian Cowie. The subs, number 17, Neil Shaw, 24, Keegan Sierra, number 17, Tudros Stem. What a name that is, Tudros. Number 39, Stanley Venus. Number 76, Terrence Twihinya. Number 77, Tim Santoro. And 78, Sav Tyler. Thank you very much, Kendra, for the list of names. I appreciate that a lot. With the ball, Ali Marley looking ahead to Ballatore. Torre cuts inside to take his space. Plays it off the referee's foot. I'm sure that somewhere out there, Gift and Dom is telling Bala, get rid of the ball. Play restarts with Roscoff, again with Torre. Torre ahead, looking for Clegg, not on the same page, but now Davis and Muirhead in a foot race. Good defending, good shielding there from Davis. We'll restart play with Zane Love. Davis stepping forward, Dickens pulling his line up. That central center back in a back three, something Tempo don't see a ton of, is another back three. As Love's ball is going to go out of play for a throw-in. Cowie telling his teammates where to press. Some strong leadership from up top from the big man. Now Ballatore looks ahead for Muirhead. Muirhead has to make his way through a crowd of players, but he's able to come out with possession. Looking for Clegg through the middle. Riveros instead lays it off outside for Ventura. Big slide tackle from Angel. Great tackle from Xavier right there. Cowie is one of a number of players who played at Oakland City in Indiana. I know he scored some goals, a good amount of goals, I think, for, well, definitely for this Hooligans team, but for Oakland City as well. I know that both Davis and Dickens had played for Oakland City as well. I'll have to check and see if they're graduating or what. I see Sav Tyler as well. Looks like he's a product of Johannesburg, South Africa, also plays at Oakland City. So at this level, I'm always preaching about how there's really good players that play in the NAI, and they have a number of products from Oakland City. So obviously some connection there with a solid NAI program in the River States Conference. I know the NAI quite well, working at Cumberland University, and I'm always telling people that there's great soccer no matter where you look, as long as you look in the right places. Big tackle in the middle from Gene, who's been all over this near sideline. Bobby Davis, a junior, so hypothetically has one more year at Oakland City. Can't speak if he is staying or not. Sorry if you're listening, Coach. I can't give you anything as far as that goes. But Dickens partnered alongside him in defense before. I think Dickens may have actually been a GA or something along the lines of that last year. I'll have to give you some more information as I'm able to get it. In his career, Bobby Davis has played in 47 games and started 40 for the Mighty Oaks. To see how many more players are in and around this team that play for Oakland City. But yes, Drake Dickens was a GA last year after captaining the Mighty Oaks team. Now that's Nico Riveros threading the needle outside. Ball to Torre and Gene in a foot race. Torre has it, takes a touch forward. He's brought to the floor, but referee not buying whatever he was selling. Trying to thread that forward now. Looking for Abdullahi, I think that is. Yeah, number 89, Ahmed Abdullahi, was charging for it down the near sideline, looking for a similar ball that Torre himself received. Brought back in by Tempo. Now playing again is Rozkov. His ball is deflected. Knocks a chair over on this near sideline. Waiting to restart play with Ballatore. Big switch. Skip pass over to Muhammad Jagdi. See as well Xavier Angel playing in the middle of the field here. He played previously for Kentucky Wesleyan as well. Another player on that Kentucky-Indiana border roundabout. Product of Mount Vernon, Indiana. Played in 20 games his final year at Kentucky Wesleyan. Started in all 20. See how many goals did he score? Scored 1 goal, no assists, so it makes sense that he's playing in more of a defending role in that midfield. Ali Marley with it for Tempo, charging ahead. Plays it through the middle to Clegg. Clegg dispossessed here by number 41, that being Kennedy. Zach Kennedy, typically wearing the number 5, I guess. Tonight wearing number 41. A lot of talent across this Hooligans team. Trying to give credit where I can. Zach Kennedy played his last season at Lipscomb as Clegg collides with Dickens, and Clegg is whistled for the foul. Dickens restarts quickly. Ball at the foot of Davis with Abdullahi as Gene on an island by himself. Looks at him initially, ball rolls, looks the opposite way. Zach Kennedy, product of Evansville North High School. Played his sophomore season at Lipscomb, appeared in 4 matches, played 119 minutes, had an assist. Credit to him, he did something that I'll never be able to say that I did, and that's play against North Carolina, albeit Kennedy was only able to record 3 minutes, but that doesn't take away from him saying that he's played against some of the best. Had an assist against Central Arkansas. We redshirted his first season with Lipscomb. Temple team with a lot of talent as well from the collegiate level. Jermaine Muirhead, 4-year starter, 2 years at Salt Lake City CC, I believe it is. I hope that I'm getting that right. Sorry if I'm not, Jermaine. Through the middle, Nico Riveros at the back. Another NAI all-conference player in the same conference as Riveros, Musa Gay. Well, we've got talent from all across the world in this team. Something we always love to shout out and selfishly take credit for a pretty fun little system. Big tackle right there from Angel, stops play. Quick throw in from Rozkov. Riveros tackled, still with the ball though is Tempo. Ventura on the wing by himself, defended by Hornback. Hornback stands Ventura up, who cuts back, has Oduro. Oduro with Jagney. Now with Gay through the middle. Good effort in the middle from Kennedy. Ball now again with Muirhead. One-touch pass from Oduro outside with Ventura. Tempo need to find a way to get some shots on goal. This game is playing out probably how Hooligans would like it to be, with Tempo not putting in any goals, but maybe wearing themselves out just a little bit, pressing forward like they do. Well, I know that this is a Hooligans team that can counter with some real threat. In our last home game, we had some stunning goals and a trouncing of Bowling Green. Back and forth game, really, honestly, probably not well represented by a 3-0 score line. Before that as well, Pumas Premier, 6 goals. So been some high-scoring games here at Siegel High School. Justin Ventura will restart play. Plays it short with Roscoff and Musa Gay. Musa Gay sends that one into the next county. One thing I can say about the big man is when he gets his foot on something, get out of the way. Right there, that one skied as the Senegalese defender leaned back a little too much. Zane Love will restart play again. Love definitely loves to go long. Allie Marley in the area, heads it forward. Quick pass from Angel. All the way back now with Gardner. Cowie pressing. Now Muirhead being pressed even harder by Abdullahi. Outside with Ballatore. Lino says that that one was out of play. It was a close one, I'll give you that. Jean gonna be pulled back. Now the throw in from Davis. Cleared, Davis again. Looks long for Clegg in stride. Clegg side by side with Drake Dickens. Still with its Clegg, gonna be cleared out of play now. It's not by Hornback, it was Abner. Jagney has it, plays it to Muirhead. Tempo enjoying possession for the moment. Riveros drops in deep. Cuts past one defender. Him and Angel battling it out. Gonna be whistled for the foul is Riveros. Tempo have had a lot of the ball inside the Hooligans half, but haven't been able to do much with it. I'm certain the Love is gonna look long. Gene is on an island by himself right now. Big header from Marley. Marley gets clipped by Arufat. One thing I can say about Ali Marley is he's not afraid to go in for a header. I would say that about both Marley and Gay, and albeit he doesn't have the size as the other two, I would take Muhammad Jagney in any street fight. Scrappy guy out of Gambia. He doesn't have the same size, but man, Mo is someone who can play anywhere across the field, and he's been patrolling that back line all season and has impressed the heck out of me. Clegg with it on the near sideline. Retreat now back to Chemo Gardner. Marley again takes his space looking forward. Ballatore pressed hard by Kennedy. Skip pass to Jagney in space. His touch lets him down initially. Now Oduro. Oduro on the wing, something you don't often see, but obviously something in the game plan tonight. Kyle Roscoff dancing with the ball a little bit. Pressure and a great turn right there from Oduro, and Oduro is pulled to the floor. Oduro is obviously unhappy with the decision of that not to be a yellow card. Have to continue playing no matter what way you look at it. And look at Kellen Clegg escaping pressure. Kellen sometimes has a tendency to put himself in some tough places, but he also has a tendency to get himself out of them, so I give him credit. Ventura linking up with Muirhead. Referee says play on. Hooligans trying to counter. Pulling it back. Jagney whistled for the foul. And Angel, I think, out of frustration, just tried to play that one forward quickly. Even though it's not too close to where the foul had actually occurred. So we'll pull it back and do it again. And when we're ready, it'll be Drake Dickens on top of the ball. Looks like he's going to look long. He indeed will. There's Jagney. That one sneaks all the way through. Musa Gay tied up. And Hooligans begging for a corner, and the referee changes his decision. Looked initially as though they were going to call it as a goal kick, though I think probably rightly done is given as a corner, though. I prefer it not to be. Nobody stepping forward yet to take the corner. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see the player over there where I'm sat in the press box. I have a little bit of my view cut off. I think that might be Abdullahi. He'll be sending in an out-swinging corner. This has a chance to be the first real threat from this Hooligans team. 4 back to defend, 3 to press. Now Abdullahi looks for the second post. Sneaks his way all the way through as Jagney got to keep it in play. He is. He tries to send it long. Can Clegg keep it in? Clegg could, only for the moment, though he is fouled. I'm a little bit surprised there's not been a booking yet for either of these teams. It's not been any or many horrific challenges, per se, but I would definitely say that there's been a lot of hard challenges. Referee obviously not looking to go into his book just yet. Less than 40 minutes into this game. Should say only about 5 minutes left. And Ventura again out of bounds on that far sideline. Both these teams now being so nice to bring the ball forward about 3 steps. Leave it for their opposition. Throw in goes long. Roscoff tries to keep it in play, unable to. Referee's going to pull Cowie back. It's been a fun first half, back and forth, not so much action in front of goal so far. The Hooligans are going to try their best to sneak one here in the last moments of this first half. With the throw in on the far sideline for Hooligans. Looks long initially, steps back. We'll see if he does go long or not. Short down the sideline to Abdullahi. Pressure from Jagney. Now Muirhead with players all around him. Still with it is Muirhead. Muirhead battling it out, clears it for the moment. Now Riveros flicks it up and over the opposition. Ventura there as well as Kennedy. And now Roscoff tied up. Roscoff gets out with it. Roscoff, nice chip pass, just a little bit too much on it. This game seems to be getting more and more physical. Davis there for the throw as well as Jean. Torrey takes the ball off of Kennedy, and then it's played right back forward again. Gay's going to have to shield off, or play it back rather, to Chemo Gardner. Nicely done, calm as you like. Now Gay outside with Jagney. Noduro looks long for Kellen Clegg. Clegg, good touch, brings it down. One right back by Dickens. Dickens making his way through a lot of contact and eventually going to take that one all the way out for a tempo throw. Quick throw from Ventura, and with the cheering that I just heard from the baseball field across the way, something big must have happened. Maybe a walk-off home run, a lot of cheering. Looks like some players going on the field. It's a beautiful day for some sports here in Murfreesboro. We're thankful to be able to play games at Siegel High School. Oh, it looks like that may be some kind of conference. That would make sense, towards the end of the school year. I see conference runner-up. You said that's Riverdale or Ravenwood? I get the two mixed up. Riverdale. Shot there from Torrey, not much on it. Love is able to save it. It's the first shot on goal of this game that I can really think of. And Gene is all by himself on the near sideline. Plays it inside to Cowie, who's dispossessed. Good play in tight spaces from this tempo team. Pressing was Cowie, Arafat, and Abdullahi. You can see some tired legs in this Hooligans team. They've had to defend most of the first half. Muirhead inside to Clegg, drops it right back to Jagney, now with Ventura. Ventura long cross, header out from Davis. Now with ball of Torrey, defended by Gene. Torrey cuts inside, now drops it to Roscoff. Roscoff thinks about shooting, cuts onto his right, takes the shot. It's gonna whistle off the American football crossbar. A good threat here from Tempo late in this first half. Really well done from Ballatore. Took it onto his left foot, cuts it back for Roscoff, who chops it over with his left, takes a shot with the right, and ripped it, but just a little bit high. Center ref saying to get play underway as Love taking his time just a little bit sweetly, trying to get his players a moment of rest. Hooligans have done really well to defend. Cowie tied up with Marley, the two of them still tied up, and Marley is going to be called for the foul as Cowie goes up and shows him that he fouled him. It's two big players back there battling it out. I wouldn't prefer to be going up against either one of them. Bobby Davis will have the left-footed restart. 43rd or so minute of this first half. Davis sends that one near goal. Kimo Gardner's there for it. Gardner has Cowie in his face. Looks outside for Ali Marley. Ballatore on the near sideline. Left-footed ball forward for Riveros, who takes a slip on his left foot. Still pressing is Riveros. And Riveros wins it back. Taking his space, plays it early to Clegg. Clegg shot, unable to connect with it. Still in play though, now Ballatore. Ballatore into the box, three players there. And Kellen Clegg couldn't do it the first time. Second time he does it. What a play right there from Tennessee Tempo. It felt like that goal had been coming for a few moments. It was a near moment of stardom in the first place from Kellen Clegg as he tried a scissor kick attempt when the ball initially came in from Riveros. But Ballatore, the second time around, brings it in. Ball into the box, had three players to pick from, and Kellen Clegg makes no mistake with it. And now just before the half, Tennessee Tempo pull ahead by 1-0. And the referees are having a quick discussion here at the near sideline. There was a lot of chirping after that goal, so I'll look to see if any yellow cards are given out for excessive celebration. Referee's in his pocket. And there is the yellow card. Zane Love stepping out of his goal. I'm sure he's letting Kellen Clegg hear it. Goal to nil. Now this game sits at with just about a minute left in regular time. Under that, actually, at this point now. I can't imagine we'll have too much added time left. Coach Jepson and Ndom giving a talking to Kellen Clegg, telling him it's great that you scored the goal, but we can't afford to have you have to come out of this game, because now the fact of the matter is the Hooligans know that he has a yellow and they can go at him as much as they can. Kennedy defending Roscoff. Referee says play on. Roscoff unhappy. Tempo win it right back. Ballatore to Roscoff now with Oduro. Outside to Ventura with space. Ventura charging. Looks inside. Stays out. One-on-one with Hornback. Hits the deck. Hornback wins it. Now it's Abner. Abner looks outside. He'll flicked on by Gene. And Jagney and Muirhead in the same area. Jagney takes one touch, lays it off for the Jamaican, but again, it's Ali Marley trying to thread the needle forward. Slick touch from Kellen Clegg. Can Clegg keep it in play? Really slick right there from Clegg, knowing he's not going to be able to step on that ball and keep play going. Just try and put that cross in and hope it gets a deflection, and it does indeed take one off of Bobby Davis. Now Nico Riveros stepping forward to take the corner kick as we are just about on the stroke of halftime. Now we do have the outswinger. Marley's there, but it's corralled in easily by Love. We are over 1 minute into stoppage time. I don't have a reading on how much there's meant to be, but I can't imagine we'll have too much more left. Now Love goes really long with that side kick. Now Gay defending, pushing the back, and a shot. I think Musa Gay is upset that there was not a foul given, but some clear miscommunication between Gardner and Gay as both of them were coming for the same ball. And the forward there, Angel, actually the midfielder playing like a forward for a moment, trying to take advantage of a defensive miscue. Low Tempo were able to escape it for the moment. Abdullahi restarts with the ball on the ground. Davis charging it down. And now gets past Roscoff with Gene. Gene shoots. And Kimo Gardner, quick restart, has Clegg, though not enough on it. Roscoff brings it down. One back and played well by Arufat. And Tempo are whistled for the foul. Can hear the coaching staff for Tempo saying for his team, or their team, to keep their heads. Nobody defending Gene on this near sideline. Bobby Davis again from a similar spot the first time will have a left-footed set piece here. He can choose to go near the goal or at the box. Last time had a little bit too much on it. The left footer will send this one forward. It's a dangerous ball headed out by Marley. Riveros puts Ventura in space. Ventura one-on-one with Abdullahi. And with that, the first half is going to come to a close. Tempo were able to put one in the 43rd minute of this first half. It's been a back-and-forth affair, but Tempo were able to find their breakthrough, and now we'll have a 15-minute or so break and see what Hooligans has for this Murfreesboro team in the second. If you missed it, it was Kellen Clegg initially tried a scissor kick attempt on a pass from Nico Riveros before then ball being recovered by Ballatore, and Balla put a Balla into the box for Kellen Clegg. Three players were in the area, I should say. And it was Clegg who was able to put the first one of the game in, but make sure, fans, to come back for the second half of action, as in just about 15 minutes, we'll be back underway with Tempo leading by a goal to nil. Thank you for tuning into the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network, and we cannot wait for you to rejoin. We'll be back.
Hi. Thank you for watching first half of Tennessee Tempo. They're taking on Midwest Hooligans 2-0. Thank you for watching. 1-0.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network. I'm joined on the broadcast for the second half by Adebumni Adeyemi. Addy.
Good evening.
There you go. See, now Addy was nervous to get on the broadcast, but I'm forcing her to get onto it. Addy played her last season of soccer at Cumberland University, just down the road in Lebanon. Addy, it's your first time at a Tempo game. Can you tell me anything that you think about the players, about the level, about the style of play, anything?
I feel I like it. It's good. The level is the level is very good, and it's been nice since I've been here.
Right. Well, I know you being from Nigeria. I think that this is a team that you could enjoy watching. As some people have labeled this an Afro team before, because we have players from Gambia, from Senegal. Ali, I cannot remember where exactly Ali's from. I apologize, Ali, but I know he has African roots. In the middle, Ghanaian Dominic Oduro, amazing player, came through at the Right to Dream Academy. You know the Right to Dream Academy?
Yeah.
Okay, he came through there, and he was purchased by Manchester City, and then has played a little bit everywhere else. Bala Toure on the far side. I think Bala is Ugandan. Not 100% certain. I should know better. Sorry, Bala. I talk about the nationalities like you have at Cumberland. We have players from literally everywhere in this team. In the middle, we have Mike Roskov wearing number 29. He's out of Russia. 23 here, Jermaine Muirhead. He's out of Jamaica. Then up top, number 30, you're kind of playing just on the front line, Nico Riveros out of Paraguay. So we got players from all over the place. Now, this is your first time doing any kind of commentary. We were watching some games earlier, Addy, as you were hanging out with me and Ella before the game. Do you think you have any kind of a future in punditry? What do you think about commentating a game? I know you got to get the chuckles out. There's only one way.
I'm just nervous, but I feel like it's gonna be fine.
No, I mean that's the whole part of it. If you've heard me at Cumberland, Addy, I speak about softball. I do our softball commentary, and I was telling a pastor we had on the broadcast the other day from Concord Community Church that I have to do the softball broadcast, and I hardly know what I'm talking about. I'm doing my best, but I've only ever done it for this one season. So a lot of the time you just start talking, and then you kind of go with the flow of it. Now, what position do you play, Addy? Would you say you're 6, an 8, a 10? I mean, I've seen you play in the middle of the park, but what would you say is your preferred position?
I prefer to play like as an attacking mid.
Okay.
Like, as a 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so whenever you're watching a game like this, what are you looking for out on the field? Like the way that the 10 plays? Are you looking how the wingers, how the other forwards are playing with them, or what is an emphasis that you see at all whenever you're watching the game?
Like I watch the progression of the game from the back to the middle, and like how the movement of the 10 on the ball and off the ball, the turnings,
Yeah. Now our 10, it's kind of rotating in and out, but I guess who would be qualified or classified as our 10 right now would be Nico Riveros. He's played as a striker and kind of as a false 9, 10 role, whatever you would like to call it, in his time at the University of the Cumberlands is where he's from. All-conference player there with the Patriots. Played a lot of games, scored a lot of goals, and assisted a lot of goals. Whenever you see this attacking midfielder, what do you see from them whenever you see these teams that work well? Are they getting more involved in play? Do they drop back more often? Do they look outside? What do you look for in a 10? If you could play exactly the way that you wanted to play. I'm throwing a lot at you, but I want to hear what you have to say, Addy.
Like supporting the forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then like helping the OD mids as well.
Okay, now that makes sense. Now, Addy, like I said, I put you on the spot. I need you at certain times. I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and talk about the game a little bit. So what do you see right now?
Okay, like the ball is with the.
That's Mohamed Jagni, number 5. He's our Gambian.
Okay.
It's Abdullahi now pressing, has Gene on the following wing, tries to play it through the middle to Cowie, can't find him. Now Riveros dropping deep, recovers that, but taken off of him again. Number 81, that's Arafat. Now with Gene to get on the far sideline, fakes left, cuts into the middle. Kennedy surveying for options. Has Abner. Cowie. Okay, pronounced Cowie. Perfect. So I've said it a million times differently. Again, that was some help from Kendra. I just went to pull up our roster here for Addie, and I see I've been saying Cowie and Cowie both ways, I think. But let's see, Cowie. That should be right. Now Cowie's the forward, number 10 for this Hooligans team. He played at Oakland City. So you all played against Oakland City last year. This is a team in the Hooligans that have an NAI influence in their team for sure. I know their captain and their left-sided center back both played at Oakland City, so they have some internationals in their squad as well, but a lot of talent out of that Evansville, Indiana area. Now that's Angel recovering the ball, searching forward. He plays, as more of a holding midfielder, but now searching. Ball in the middle, great touch outside from Roscoff. Plays it forward, and I think a mile offside is Ballatore. Now, Addie, as a player yourself, how frustrated are you whenever you play a really good ball forward and your teammate was offsides?
Yeah, it's part of the game. Like, we just strategize and just make sure next time try to wait for the ball before you move.
Right now, Addie, whenever I've had people on at halftime, I treat it a little bit as an interview, but as well, I've had a couple of people hang out and stay further into the second half now in this little interview series I'd like to say that I'm doing. So I asked some questions about yourself, Addie. This is all just on the spot, so if you don't want to answer a question, you just keep it rolling, as that pass to Jagny just a little bit too long. But making your way over here from Nigeria, what was your playing experience like in Africa?
It's pretty good. More when I came here, it's more like
you can laugh a little bit. I put you on the spot, that's what I said, but this I treat it however you want. Answer this like we're just having a conversation. No, you talk about, I know Nigeria, there's going to be less resources than most universities will have here.
Yeah.
But playing in your hometown or with your home club or anything of that nature, how is that compared between the states versus there? How has your journey kind of led you here to tonight in Murfreesboro, but just to the states in general?
So it was during one of our games, I got scouted by one of the agency. So they spoke to me about the opportunity to combine my studies while playing, and which I feel is a really good thing, because I really like to study. I like academics a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, that's one of us.
And from there, and it just got better, and I got here around July last year, and then preseason started, and that was it.
You haven't looked back.
Yeah, it has been pretty good. Everyone is pretty chill, and the game wise, I feel here it's not we don't do a lot of running in Nigeria, but there's nothing walking football here. Everyone have to be involved. You have to move around a lot.
More structured, maybe.
Yeah, we have to move around a lot, especially as a midfielder, you have to run a lot. So.
No, I can imagine. That's you answered it a little bit there, but what's the change in the play been like for you coming from a whole different continent? Each continent has their own kind of style of play. I feel like a lot of the time Europeans and Johan Cruyff had kind of modernized the possession-based play, whereas South America, there's a little bit more flair, a little bit more grit. Well, what do you feel like has been the biggest difference or similarity or anything like that between your experiences playing in your home country versus here?
So playing here, my coach really like to play a lot, keep the ball. But back home, most of the ball, they just want the ball to go to the attackers.
Right.
But right here, he wants everyone to get the feel of the ball, to move the ball around.
No, I was letting you speak on anything else you saw. So in your hometown, did you play for a club, or did you have to travel to play? Are you a story of someone who had to take a bus an hour every day that they wanted to play, or not so much your experience just on the field, but everything that encapsulates it? What was your career like playing back home?
Growing up, I grew up playing with boys.
Mm-hmm.
Much like there was a day I was playing with the boy with guys,
Yeah.
and like a coach saw me and were like, oh, yeah, I think you should come for the state. Like in there they call it like my state is Oyo State.
Okay.
So like they have a female team.
Yeah.
So like I was invited to like go like try out with them.
Mm-hmm.
So like I went and like I passed the tryout, and so I was playing with Oyo State female football team.
Mm-hmm.
So from there,
That's where you made it, huh?
yeah.
Now, so how far did you have to travel to actually be able to play with the women's team?
I think 30 minutes an hour.
Okay, I mean, that's not so crazy, but I know you played your last season at Cumberland, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want to get into it, but you kind of have your opportunities looking ahead, looking for a little bit of a change of scenery. Will I be seeing you in the NWSL or anywhere next year, Addie?
Hopefully, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Now your play on the field, I think that you would say that you probably not played as much as you would have liked to in the last year, but since you've come to the States, where do you think you feel that you've improved the most? Because I mean, we spoke about it's a different style of play, different regimen, everything.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you've really seen yourself grow?
Like how to keep the ball more.
Mhm.
Like I'm the kind of player before, like I just like get the pass, maybe turn and just pass.
Yeah.
But like I've learned to like hold on the ball, like move with the ball very much. Yeah. And then I've learned to like shoot very much.
Yeah.
Like normally I shoot, but like
You can strike it now.
I can strike it
Oh,
more now.
okay.
Like, much better.
No, that's good. That's good. Well, I know this is your first time coming to a Tempo game. Do you know much about Tempo through being around Ella or anybody else around? Because I know we have a few players with the WPSL team, a few players with the UPSL team, but do you know much about this team or this level?
No, I don't really know much. Like this is the first time I'm coming here seeing the team, but like
Right.
I've heard about
Mm-hmm.
the team.
Well, in the last year, so it'd be in the UPSL, you play a fall season and a spring season. Both times you're playing for real money. You're playing for real trophies. The more exciting time of the year is played in the spring because that's whenever you have more college players.
Yeah.
But saying that, we play just about all year long, all year round. It feels like, especially if you have a team that's able to compete and play into postseason. There's a tournament just like you would have in college, essentially the UPSL national tournament. And a year ago, it was Tempo that actually managed a victory in the championship game as Ian Cowie commits the foul, pushing Kellen Clegg in the back. I think you're probably just about cut off from view right there, aren't you? But yeah, Tempo were able to take down LA. Is it LA10, Eric? LA10? I think it was LA10. I'm blanking on it now. See, Eric, our broadcast director and man who wears about 1 million hats, I feel like, he actually was able to go to the game. But Addie, I didn't get to go to California to watch the game because I had to work a couple of scrimmages for our men's team, so I didn't get to watch that. But I spoke about Oduro, who's wearing the captain's armband. He, as I mentioned before, he was bought from Ghana
Yeah.
at the Right to Dream Academy by Manchester City. He never actually played a first team game for City, but he was on loan a number of different places and played in Denmark. I know. Do you know many of the teams in Denmark? There's a few big Danish teams that have African influence. The team that I know that he played a lot was Nordsjælland, which is a team that has a lot of African players in it. And Denmark is something that's been a bit of a pipeline for Afro players. As now Kennedy tries to play that forward. Now Abdullahi with the chance. Cross into the box. Skip through. Misplaying the shot. Now Ali Marley kicks that one into the stratosphere. But this is a Tempo team that I think you'll probably enjoy watching, whether this is your first or last game. It's a team, you talk about keeping the ball. Tempo likes to keep the ball, but
Yeah.
I think the one thing this team always tries to do is keep clean sheets. They'll be tasked with doing it right now as Abdullahi will have the right-footed corner, second post, cleared away but not too far from danger. Putting it ahead is Ventura. Davis to Jean. Jean cuts it back. Defended by Marley. No, that's by Raekwon Bryant subbed into the game. I didn't realize. And Bryant will play it out for a substitution. Now, Addie, do you have any questions for us? Oh, gone out. Sorry, everyone in the press box laughed at me right there. I feel attacked as it goes out for a corner off the substitution is what I was trying to say. Low driven cross Bobby Davis doesn't know what to do with it, plays it back outside to the same man who sent the corner in initially. Going to be whistled for offsides. But Addy, for anything at this level, or anything that you're watching with the play or the players or anything that we do, I always like to open up Pandora's box, see if you have any questions for us or anything you're curious about the team. This is your first time. I was watching some footy with you earlier, so I know you watched the game. I know you liked the game. So, is there anything you would like to ask me, or would you just rather hear me stop talking all around?
Okay, so the players, how do they get? Is it like they get scouted or like they do tryouts?
Yeah, so it's good you say that. I didn't tell her to say that, believe it or not, but we did have our UPSL Division I tryouts today. So that is technically a second team. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of the time, fact of the matter is that guys will have played at college or played professionally before, and then they're in one way or another scouted, or they reach out to us or we reach out to them, and then they make their way to this team. But a lot of the time, players at this level, they kind of flip-flop between teams as they search for a place to find their footing. But it's semi-professional for a reason. It's not somewhere where you're going to get rich typically, but it's something that you can get really good film, stay fit, and play and play some really good soccer a lot of the time. So we did just have a sub, number 35. I don't know that I actually have a number for number 35. So, Kendra, I'm looking here for you this time. Unless it was number 39, Stanny Vanyas. We'll have a long throw from Hooligans. But, yeah, no, a lot of the time it's players will reach out to us, or there's, college coaches. I said about Oakland City, the Mighty Oaks, they have several players that play for this Hooligans team because it's just nearby. They just practice at Goble Soccer Complex. Long throw from Hooligans, and it is a long throw indeed. Gardner punches it out. Looks like there's going to be a foul in the box, so it won't matter either way. But, yeah, I mean, there can be a million different ways. There are tryouts. We've hosted tryouts every year since I've been here, every season just about. And we've had guys that have came to tryouts and have made a real lasting impact with the team as well. I know Harrison Watts, who's played as the forward for us for a good long while, has not been a part of the team for the last couple weeks, but he was a part of the run for the national championship. He came through tryouts. Mikhail Roskov, number 29, starting in the middle, he came through tryouts. But everybody through one form or fashion, they make their way to the team. And then it's just a matter of sticking it out and seeing, how long you can last. This isn't a team that, as ironic as it can sound, we're not trying to achieve mediocrity a lot of the time. So, you want to find the best players and you want to keep the level up. And I'm thankful that we've been able to keep a lot of really good players around. Jermaine Muirhead out of Bethel. Justin Ventura hasn't played in university, but he's been a part of this team. Played with the second team even before, number 17 down here. He's made a huge impact with the team. Mohamed Jagni was actually a D2 and D3 player, and he's made his way to the team and has stuck around ever since. But I really enjoy the environment at Addy. I do. And we've been able to add a WPSL team, started last year, and we'll be playing again this summer. So actually, I think our first training will be on Monday. But it's a really fun environment to be around. I think that, whenever you win, sometimes you can be loved or hated. Yeah. But we have a good relationship with a lot of the teams that we play against. And, we get along really well with Hooligans. We've had a lot of help with social media from their social media extraordinaire, Tori Bruder, and then Austin Bruder, their head coach down here. It's good. We build a lot of relationships. They have a couple players that played for Southern Indiana FC, who was a big dog in our conference before, but didn't field a team this time around, whether it be numbers issues, fielding a team for whatever reason, weren't able to. But one of our forwards, Kellen Clegg, number 15, another defender, who I think is still warming up right now. I thought that he was going to sub in. I don't know if Jack's in there yet. Of another defender, Jack Kramer, who's wearing the blue top down here, a warm-up top. He came from Southern Indiana, so really get players from all over the place. You get some good spirits from Kellen Clegg. Scored his one goal. I think he told our captain Bongo that he was going to score 2, so he only got 1 tonight. But I think he'll still be happy with the 1. His tempo.
Yeah, with the performance, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he played well. He'll get a little bit of his player rating knocked down for getting a yellow card for celebrating after his goal. But no, I know that's kind of a long-winded answer, but I feel like I gave a long-winded answer the last time. But there's just so much to talk about with the team, with the UPSL team, WPSL team, and then the academy, and then the emergence of our second team as well in the UPSL D1. And then I know, Eric, you'll know better than me. We have tryouts coming up. Is it next weekend? Around about next weekend? On Monday. So it's not for the academy. Okay, so we've got academy trials coming up soon, and last season we fielded just about 20 academy teams. I think we're looking to be over that number this time around, but I can't give a concrete number on that until obviously you have tryouts. But this is a season 4 tryouts. Whenever everybody and their brother will be trying out for a squad. Giving strong pressure right there is Raekwon Bryant. Q plays it out. Well, we'll be out for a tempo throw. I thought that it was off of Raekwon. Must actually be off of a Hooligan player. I think, Addie, I need to give you a moment to try and do some of your own play-by-play in color. The game, we've been doing practically just an interview with you right now, and I've enjoyed it. I've had you on here for a solid 20 minutes actually now, so that's not bad considering I told you I was going to force you to do 10. We've done double that at this point now, but I'll let you get off here if you want. But any last thoughts on the game, or anything that you've seen tonight, or anything you want to say to any of your many fans who might be listening? Well, I got a laugh out of you, so I'm going to say that's a thank you and a great job on the interview, Harley. As now Muhammad Jagni with it down the sideline. But that's been everybody at a bum meet at a Yami. Addy, if you want to get off here, I'll let you get off here. I'll let you watch the game unless you just want to stay on the broadcast. You going to call it a night? Any words for your fans, or you want to stay on?
I'm going to stay on.
Oh, okay. Now that's what we're talking about. Justin Ventura now with it. Drops it back for Jermaine Muirhead. Muirhead has his jersey pulled. Now, Addy, I'm going to expect Kohler right here. Ball into the box. Bryant not quite able to corral it. Brought down by Rozkov. Looks inside again for Bryant. Right back to the Russian. Travella pass on the floor to Jagni with Justin Ventura. Looked initially to cross. Instead plays it back for Jagni. And Dominic Oduro unable to keep that one in play. Looking at both teams playing in the back three, it looks like Hooligans may be transitioning a little bit more into a back four in this game. But what do you see in a back three when you watch it, Addy?
Back three for the...
Well, for both teams, just in general, we have it so that players can come back and support. We essentially have two wing backs.
Yeah.
So in a more defensive shape, it would be a back three. But we're trying to play, or back five, excuse me, but we're really trying to play with a back three. Whenever you see a back three played, it's kind of just an open-ended question for what do you see from successful back three teams, or what do you think needs to happen in order to be successful in this formation?
Yeah, I think the back three, the wingers are going to be the one to do a lot of jobs. They'll do a lot of run-ins.
Right.
So they have to go support the attack and try to come back and defend also.
Right.
So I feel like most times, I'm not saying they can win the game, but most time I feel like the wingers they do most of the job, and they can help win the game.
No, really, and that is definitely a big part of tempo. Justin Ventura has had a huge part in this season, but we have another player, Stanley Grampier, who played for Bethel. I know that now he's supposed to be trying to transfer. Raekwon Bryant with it. And Bryant is going to be whistled for the foul. I don't think that's any breaking news for any fans listening, as he posted on his story, on his Instagram about how he'll be making his transfers. All good things must come to an end. More on the horizon, I'm sure, from the Haitian. But, the best games that I've seen tempo play or whatever are wingers, fullbacks, whatever you'd like to call them, are really involved in the game. Because when you have really competent and really capable wingers, then you can overload in the middle, and you can let them kind of be on an island on the outside by themselves. And they've done some really, really incredible jobs. So we had another sub. This time we're number 62. I don't know who number 62 is. I'm really looking for some advice here from Kendra with Hooligans. Whether you're tuned in or not, I'm not sure. But if you are, we've got some of our numbers mixed up here tonight. Still a good amount of starters in for both teams, but you can see tired legs across the field. Addy, I think this has been one of the warmest days we've had of the season. I think I can only recollect one game that's been warmer, but as a player yourself, I'm sure that you know the feeling of chasing a game for a full 70, 80 minutes.
Yeah.
I say, let alone a full 90, but just to the point we're at now. Let's see, where are we at? Just about to the 70th minute in this second half. Abdullahi tries to play that one forward. Cowie drops in deep, threads the needle through. Gardner comes out for it. Gardner was there, but a dangerous moment from the substitute wearing number 62. Really good ball forward, wasn't it?
Really good ball. That was what I was talking about the midfielders.
Yeah, the midfielders, yeah. Now looking for that threat, it was a really good ball. Thankfully, Kimo Gardner comfortable coming out of his goal. Didn't quite have to make it outside the 18-yard box, but right to the edge as he came out for it. Now Jermaine Muirhead. Muirhead played at Bethel, was an all-conference player at Bethel. And being whistled for the foul is, I believe that's Arafat, number 81. Yeah, I think, number 81 is Arafat. He's listed as number 10 on what Kendrick gave me, but a little bit of insynchronicity between the two. But Arafat has ran a lot in this game. It'll be Justin Ventura's throw-in. Long throw. Riveros is chasing it down. Was it a foul throw? Did you see what happened? I think it had to have been a foul throw. Did either of my two friends here in the press box see that?
I think it's also like a pull or something.
Oh, we're going to have a yellow card for, was that for Raekwon? Now I'm all over the place. I'm not certain. I think the yellow card was given to Raekwon. Raekwon was saying that he was having his jersey pulled, but I think he was actually the one that was given the yellow. You've got the replay over here.
I think he pulled him.
Pulled him back?
Yeah.
I gotcha. We'll restart at the foot of Zane Love. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Looking at, we don't quite have a replay system here on YouTube, but we do have the ability to drag it back 15 seconds, and we were able to see that it was Bryant trying to get around his defender, pulled the jersey back. He's given the yellow. We'll have a moment's pause as it looks like Jack Kramer is going to get ready to make his way into the game for Ali Marley. Marley high-fiving with his teammates, dapping everybody up. He's been a soldier through the first 70 minutes of this game, especially lined up against Ian Cowie Jr. That's been a tough battle between those two big gentlemen at the back. Marley is a product of Chicago. He actually played at Chicago Nation FC. Santiago Arafat is 81. Kendra, you are a legend for this. Sorry, this list, Coach. I will blame Coach Bruder. I definitely will. Trust me, Kendra, if you're listening, I've definitely been there with you with having some mix-up with numbers. You think that a player wears one number for 10 straight games, that's their number, but then right whenever you get comfortable, then the coach goes and switches something up on you. I appreciate all of your help. That long ball played forward, header from Muirhead. Now that's Arafat playing it. No, it's Abdullahi, excuse me. Plays it forward. Dispossessed. Raekwon Bryant battling to stay on his feet. Back heel plays it forward. Not a bad attempt. Just going to be cleared out of play. It's a nice back heel for Bryant, wasn't it? A little bit too much pace on it. Have you had to play on mini turf field since you've been in the States?
Yeah.
How do you feel about playing on grass versus playing on turf? That's the age-old question.
The grass is much better because, like, if you fall on the
turf burn, yeah, it's not fun, is it?
Yeah.
But saying that, especially whenever the turf is wet, if it's been raining, the ball just flies.
Yeah, it flies, yes.
It is so quick playing on this field. A few times, especially I would say whenever it's raining, the ball just goes and goes and goes, and you think that you played a perfectly weighted ball, and then sadly you look up and you think it's perfect, yeah, and the ball just keeps flying.
Just flies.
We had Oduro and one of our subs here both collide as they both went for a slide tackle. That's not something you see too often, is it? Two players both sliding into each other at the same time. The Gambian Jagny plays out and forward for Ventura, lays it off for Riveros. Riveros keeps it in play one-on-one, looks to play it down the wing, instead cuts it back in the middle to Roskov. For this game to still be sat at 1-0, it's been a pretty dominant display. Cowie getting tied up in the middle of the park. Kendra. You're a legend. You've got all my numbers here updated. Addie, now you've got no excuse either. You can look at this and you can help me with some of these names. One name that you don't have to help me with is Dominic Oduro, who's stood over top the ball. He'll lay it off for Jack Kramer, who subbed in, lofted ball over the top. Riveros lays out for it and side kicks it. Now, Nico, he may not be the smallest guy in figure out there, but he can move and he can.
I've seen his movements. Like I was watching him, I like his style of play.
No, yeah, he's been doing it since he was at the Cumberlands. But man, he is a forward who, like I said, don't let his figure fool you, as he's a bigger bodied guy, but he can move and he can get up for it. And he scored a couple headers this year, so even still, he can get up off the floor and make some magic happen.
He has been really good so far in the game. He's doing well.
No, he's impressed me. Out of the players on the field, who have you seen that you could point to and you say that they've impressed you? You can tell me numbers or positions, and I can try to help you out. I know this is your first time being on here.
So also like the captain.
Yeah, Oduro.
Yeah.
No, Dom. He's a player. A lot of people say it about William Saliba with Arsenal. They say he's like a Rolls Royce. Like the way that he plays, he's just so smooth, so calm. That's the way that Oduro is for this Tempo team. In the middle, he's just really unshaken by pressure. He can play through 2 or 3 players if he has to. I know it looks like we had another sub. Was that number 27 that came in? I think that may have been 27, Tudro Stem. Trying to look through on my list here. Again, Kendra, amazing person you are. Really, really appreciate you coming in and helping out with some of these names and numbers. Mohamed Jagni with it. What have you thought about Mo down here as our left center back? Because Mo by trade is like an 8.
Yeah.
But he's played back there in the back for us, and he's done a really good job.
Yeah,
but
he's done a really good job, like with the moving the ball. Like I like his like crosses.
Yeah.
Like,
now you would really, I think, be surprised to know that he plays, really sometimes as a more advanced midfielder, and even sometimes on the outside. Riveros again with it to Muirhead. You were saying?
I feel it's pretty good for like players to be able to play like more than one position.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's something with this Tempo team that I think that technical director / head coach Gifton Dom, what he really thinks, as well as Rob Jepson, associate head coach Rob, has been amazing since stepping in and helping take some of the pressure off of Gift, to always be out there on the touchlines holding things down. But good touch from Cali right there. Keeps possession with Abdullahi. Now Hornback being pressed by Muirhead, and he brings down Muirhead, and Hornback will be whistled for the foul. But something that I think the coaching staff really likes to see is guys that can play just about anywhere you need, and especially in the back, playing in a back 3. Sometimes you don't always have the blessing of a defender that's good with the ball at their feet and while being good in the air.
Yeah.
But in the middle, Musa played at Lindsey Wilson, played at East Florida State, I think. I forget now. Ella, what JUCO did Isla go to? Yeah, Eastern Florida. Playing down in Florida. He was an All-American at the JUCO level, and then he stepped up and played just about every minute of every game for Lindsey Wilson when they had some excellent years. So Musa, he's a rock at the back. I've yet to see him play in the middle of the field or anything. But talking about guys that have kind of played a little bit of everywhere, our typical captain, Bongo, Nathaniel Badai, another Ghanaian player. He played at University of Mobile in the NAI. But I've seen Bongo play as a 10 in our run into the national championship and play just incredible in that spot. But besides that, you'll find him typically in the back left or back right of the back line. But he can play on the outside. He can play as a 6 if you need. I've seen him play as a 10, almost as a false 9, really, when he did play as a 10. So the team is really, really fluid a lot of the times. It's the same thing with the forwards like Riveros. You spoke a little bit about Riveros' movement, but there's something that he does that I really love is his ability to drop in deep, but not get stuck dropping in deep, because sometimes players get comfortable receiving the ball. They want the ball, so they keep losing their position over and over. As Ventura's going to get tripped up, last touch off of a hooligan. But something Riveros does really well is, he's able to find his positioning no matter where he's at on the field.
That's a good touch.
Talk about positioning. He runs through, and now he's going to stand in the corner, hold up play for the moment, A lot of pressure on his shoulder from Dickens. Great job from Drake Dickens to dispossess the Paraguayan. Abdullahi defended. Muirhead winning it back for now. Brings Muirhead down. Play continues. Cowie flicks it over the top. Looking for the sub. Gay with pressure all around. Really well done from Musa. And it looks like Musa's actually going to be whistled for the foul. I don't have a number. That must be 35, or 39, not 35, because I keep thinking that, well, that looks like a 35, doesn't it, Addie, up top?
Yeah.
That looks like 35. For now, I'll just say that that's Stanley Vania, so I'm not certain, but I'll keep you updated. It looks like Cowie's going to be fine to play on. Hooligans are going to have to press here in the final 10 minutes or so of regulation. They've honestly not played a bad game. They haven't been the most front-footed attacking-wise, but defensively, you can't say they put much of a foot wrong besides the one goal, obviously. Bobby Davis here will have the restart. Got a lot of players forward, only one back to defend for the Hooligans. I've got a number of players on the 5-yard line on the American football field. The header played on. Jack Kramer thought that someone else got another touch on it. I think it was actually Raekwon Bryant that got the initial header. Several players appealing that it took a deflection, but now going to have to defend a set piece is Tennessee Tempo. It'll be an in-swinging corner, defending at the near post. Looks like Oduro, man marking in the box. Kramer manning the front post. And it was a Hooligan that got a header on it. Wait to see if I can get a number on that. That was this player right here on the near sideline, 62.
62, yeah.
And I'm sorry, Kendra, for all the amazing work you've done tonight. I don't see 62 on our list of subs that said whoever that is on this near sideline. He's the one who had got the last touch on it. Gay's going to look long. Bryant holding up play. Header from Davis. Davis and Bryant getting tied up again. Bryant plays it forward, not before the foul. Referee going to his pocket, and he does indeed brandish a yellow card. Stani Vanius, indeed wearing 35. Play restarts in the middle with the big man from Senegal. Roscoff looks outside. Going ahead is Oduro. Gets past one defender. Still with it is the Ghanaian. Tries to put in the middle for Riveros. One-time shot. Not much on it, but good on him to get anything. That was a tough position. Love's going to look long. Header from Gay. Play continues. Muirhead in the middle. Cuts out of pressure. Defended by Angel. Riveros in the middle. Looks ahead. Instead pulls it back. Tempo with it. Ventura looking like he has fresh legs out there. Hooligans have had to chase a lot in this game, so I can't blame any of their players for maybe slacking just a little bit more. Ventura's touch leads him forward, and it's cleared out of play. Big tackle there from George Abner. Abner's one of those players, Addie, that I was saying came from Southern Indiana FC, so typically we'd be squaring off with them in a different aspect, playing for another Indiana team. But tonight, looks like we have some Southern Indiana players facing off against each other. Well, neither one of them are playing for Southern Indiana. It'll be a throw-in from Justin Ventura. Roscoff checks in short. Now with Jagney. Skip pass to Kramer. Kramer thought about putting the ball into the box. Instead, it's with Roscoff. Pass misplaced. One back by Hooligans. Good strength from Abdullahi. That was pass unable to find its target. Go ahead.
I noticed something about tempo. Like when they lose the ball, like before 10 seconds, they get a ball.
Yeah, no, that's especially, I mean, you can't misplace a foot knowing that you have so many players forward. Shot from Jermaine Muirhead. A counterattack, and Raekwon Bryant looks for Jermaine Muirhead in the box, and Muirhead buries that one with a hard right foot shot, and there's going to be a red card. Straight red card for the goalkeeper. And another red card given out. I don't know what's happened. And right now, there's a little bit of chaos in the box. The one thing I don't want to see is players getting too handsy, no fisticuffs on the night. Thankfully, there's one straight card given to Southern Indiana, to Midwest Hooligans. I've said Southern Indiana too much tonight. I apologize for that. But we have one red card given to Zane Love in between the sticks for the Hooligans. I'm waiting to see who the other red card is given. Addie, did you see?
I think the goalkeeper pushed the goal scorer.
Push Jermaine?
Yeah, Jermaine.
Yeah, I'm really not certain. We'll see if Jermaine comes off the field or not. I think that Jermaine may have been shown a straight red card as well. I don't know what's happened, but both teams now going to finish out the game playing a man down.
Yeah, but I don't think there was any reaction from.
I honestly know. I'm going to be upfront, transparent. I did not see anything from Jermaine. In the video, you can see that the Love did push Jermaine after the goal was scored, but the only thing I could think of, and again, I'll try to call this neutrally, is that Jermaine said something to the goalkeeper to make.
Maybe there was something said.
That's the only thing that I could think. But Love going to be showing the exit as well as Muirhead. And it looks like a few different Tempo players going to check on Jermaine. One thing actually that I can say, Addie, that I haven't seen this whole season, or excuse me, not even this whole season, the whole time that I've been with Tempo is a straight red card.
Straight red card.
I don't know that I've seen a red card from Tempo. I've seen several against. I don't say that to be funny. I have seen several against us. But yeah, now both teams playing tennis-side for the final, about 5 minutes of regulation. Yeah. And I did have confirmation that number 62 is Keegan Sierra. The one thing I'm thankful for, Addie, is that there were no fisticuffs, throughout that sequence with the red card being given to both teams. One thing I've always said, and I say it whenever we have our college games as well, the one thing I really don't want to see is, whether my team wins or loses, I don't want to see people out here fighting for the sake of fighting. And I hope that Jermaine didn't say something to provoke Love down there, but it looks like people have been able to calm themselves down. I see Love and Muirhead talking it out down here on the field, so that's something that gives me a little bit of solace in the fact that it looks like they're fine. But is it Ali down there? Ali, it's actually Ali Marley, not Jermaine. Both of them, as I'm looking through the screen, have similar builds and similar haircuts, but nevertheless, looks like cooler heads prevail. I'm hoping that nothing too crazy will come of it. Both teams will have to play a little bit of a suspension from the player with the red card, but play continues with Muirhead getting himself a red card and a goal all in the same action. Long cross in the box, and Kimo Gardner's there for it. Gardner is a Trinidad and Tobago international, so I know he played soccer at Fisk in Nashville. That's just one of many nationalities in this team. That ball is going to fly all the way through. Bryant giving it chase. One thing throughout all this, I didn't look to pay attention to see who put on the goalkeeper kit here for Midwest Hooligans. I was blanking on what I was trying to say there. But it was an outfield player who went in between the sticks. Any fans listening, Kendra, you've been amazing giving me updates, or any fans in the YouTube chat, if you did see who that was that put his jersey on, put on Zane Love's goalkeeper kit, I would be happy to give him his credit. He's going to have to play this one out. Pressing is Bryant. Tempo sat back. A 2-goal lead. That's what they say, Addie, in the States. I don't know if they say it in Nigeria, but they say a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead to have. For whatever reason, I've debated with people about why that might be. But people just say because it's the other team gets comfortable and they let one in, and then the other team uses the momentum against it, against the other team. But have you ever heard that saying that a 2-0 lead can be the most dangerous lead?
Yeah, but I feel like even with a 2-0 lead, anything can still happen. but like I don't think anything can happen with like each team playing 10 man
playing
right
a
now.
man down.
So I think like Temple is just gonna like keep
manage
the
the
lead.
game.
Yeah, just manage the game and like try to keep the lead to the end of the game.
Well, it's been a fun game. I hate to see both teams given a red card, but it is all a part of it. We'll have another pair of subs coming into the game. Is it Sierra? Keegan Sierra, thank you. El Mexican Loco, the crazy Mexican. I hope you're not too crazy if you're in our chat. So Sierra had subbed into the game, and then he made his way right back in between the sticks. The two subs, Addy, I think, was it 76 and 78? It was definitely 76.
76,
Yeah, 76 and 78. Both them playing in the middle of the defense. That's Terrence Tuihinya. What do you think? Terrence Tuihinya, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
And Sav Tyler, wearing the number 78. In the middle now for Tempo, Mikhail Rozkov. Addy, Rozkov is somebody that I didn't see a lot of before he ended up starting a game a couple weeks ago. I'd never seen him play much, to be honest. He came in as a sub, but as I'm sure you know, it can be hard to make a difference as a sub a lot of the time, especially if it's the last 15, 20 minutes, but sometimes it can be even later than that. But he started a couple games, and I think that he's looked really good in the middle, can play really well out of pressure. He's really two-footed. Another sub came in the game wearing the number 11, Danny Sassano. Give him his credit. Danny's another player who's played in the back of our defense. He may trick you a little bit wearing the number 11, playing as a left winger, but he's played in the back more often than not. But obviously, given the capability now to play down the wing, kind of in that wing back role that we'd spoke about before, that this Tempo team often deploys, and that's actually given Justin Ventura now on the far side the ability to play in his more preferred role. I gave him a little bit of a hard time at the beginning of the game because there was a couple of times when he's playing on the left touchline when the field was reversed that he'd let the ball go out of play. But I said that I think it's because more often than not he's playing on the right side, so then playing on the left side is can be different. So I think he's playing on his preferred side, linking up with Dominic Oduro. Bryant drops in. His pass to Oduro misplaced, but Jack Kramer's there for it. Step over from the center back. Ventura back in support. Really well done from Rozkov right there. Searching for Sassano on the wing. What do you have, Danny? I just said you're a center back. Can you prove me wrong? Cuts in onto his right. Still with it. Trying not to be too negative. Lays it off for Muhammad Jagni. And now Danny wisely filling in. Need to tell Danny to get up there and score me a goal. Danny told me before that whenever his parents had watched the live stream that he thought they must have paid me to say his name more because I'd said his name a good few times in one game. He had a really good game, and he said that they think that he slipped me a 20 to say his name more on the broadcast, give him some internet clout.
But like, if you're doing good, you should expect your name to be called more often.
Right, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Now Muhammad Jagni left-footed cross into the box. Played out one of the first touches of the game by Sav Tyler. Now in goal, that's Sierra, the sub. What was his first name? Keegan Sierra, wearing Zane Love's kit. He's going to have to defend his first set piece. I don't know if Sierra has any experience in goal. See how he commands his 6-yard box. Tempo really spaced out for this corner, keeping two players back to defend. I think that's Riveros with the in-swinging ball. Second post, Bryant heads it down. Not able to put it on frame, headed straight into the floor. Tempo, Addy, is a team that I've joked about it on the broadcast because we've had moments where we've scored a lot of goals and we've had moments where we've not scored as many goals. But something that I really want to see the team do more consistently is score from set pieces, especially with guys at the back like Ali Marley. I think Marley's 6'5", and then
height,
and then Musa's about 6'4", I think, give or take an inch for both of them. But they're guys that defensively, I know on set pieces, they're right there. They're going to get that ball out when it needs to be out, but maybe just lack a little bit of the threat attacking on those corners. But it's a long season, and Tempo have, I think it's 6 wins and no losses and 1 draw this season. Drew to Morazan one time in a 1-1 fight night. Seems like we have a lot of the time with Morazan. The previous time that we played Morazan, there was 3 red cards given to Morazan. So it's a team that we square off with a lot of the time. As Dickens backs himself down into the corner, trying to get it out of danger. Right there, Hornback trying to just create something, make something happen as we're 3 minutes into added time. I don't know how many more touches of the ball we'll have. It's been fun having you on here for the second half. I hope you've enjoyed, getting your first bit of commentary duties.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, with that whistle, that makes it 2-0. Now, Addie, typically I would say that I'm going to give some thoughts on the game and then give like a quick 30-second wrap-up. But we can stay just for a minute or two longer. In this second half, Tempo were able to put one more in the back of the net. What did you see from this Murfreesboro team?
It's pretty good. I feel like they're good.
They're pretty good. I would agree with that, Addie. I know put the one goal in the first half. Did you see the goal in the first half?
Yeah, I saw the goal.
The attempt at the scissor kick.
Yeah.
A really, really good attempt. Just not quite able to get a foot on it.
But like he ended up scoring.
Yeah, no, got right back up and then
And
was ready for it. But Jermaine Muirhead puts one in the back of the goal. I think it was right around the 83rd minute or so, was it?
yeah,
Somewhere around the 83rd minute. The last 10 minutes of regular time for sure. Puts one in, and then I think some words were shared between the Jamaican and Love in between the sticks, and both teams eventually in this game, one player down, but really fun to have you on here. Tempo stay atop the league now with what should be their 7th win. If you'd go to this tab right here on my computer, you should be able to see that should be 7 wins. Let's go back one time. Scroll up. There we go. So, yeah, that does make 7 wins and 1 draw. 25 goals scored up to this point. Now make that 27. But fans, for myself and Addie Yami, Addie, do you have any final words for any of your many fans listening?
thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting Tempo FC.
Yeah, that's
And hope to see you guys
the next time. Yeah, we'll have 1 week off, I think, before we're back at home. It may be 2 weeks off, actually. Let me pull the schedule up since we have any of our real fans on here listening still. So we're gone 1 week next weekend at Pumas, and then we'll play back-to-back games at home before wrapping up the season away at TUSC. But as Addie said, thank you for tuning in to the Tennessee Tempo FC Sports Network. We hope that you enjoyed the broadcast as the boys in red put another 3 points on the table and another 2 goals in the back of the net from myself, Harley Dixon, and from Adeyemi. Hope I'm saying that as well as I can, Addie.
That's good.
From the both of us. Appreciate you tuning in and hope you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you for tuning in.